Hi riders, this is Sarah, also known as Equestrian Cyborg from Ride Like an Athlete, and I'm here today to talk to you about my No Nonsense November. So you've probably already heard about No Stirrups November if you're an equestrian. The general premise is to use the month of November to improve your skills by working in your saddle without stirrups. And that's how it started a long time ago. It's been around for ages. But I've found as I'm watching more people on social media that it's kind of warped over the last couple of years. And as somebody who was super keen many years ago about No Stirrups November, and I do love no stirrup work, I found that people are really misunderstanding the purpose of no stirrups work. And maybe I'm misunderstanding how it should be done as well. So I've come along with the No Nonsense November now to try to help you build the strength and skills outside the saddle that you could use in the saddle. So a little bit more background of what I was seeing that I felt uncomfortable with was I was seeing a lot of riders who were using the words strength and No Stirrups November. And what they meant was that they were getting their leg strength was really strong because they were able to grip really hard in the saddle. So the first problem with that is riding should be about technique and flow, not gripping yourself to the saddle. Balance doesn't really work that way. The harder you grip, the actual less balanced you're going to be because you don't have that kind of rhythm that you're flowing with the horse. So that's the first problem with gripping so much. Then the second problem with it is you're actually squeezing your horse's shoulder blades together at that point when you're squeezing with your knees, which is, my coach likes to say, it's like riding with the parking brake on. So you may be telling the horse to go, go, go with your bottom of your legs or with your voice commands, but with your upper leg and your thighs, since you're squeezing to try to stay on, you're actually telling them no, no, no. And that's going to lead to mixed signals with your horse, which could sour him. It might also lead to some pain with him if you're squeezing him so much too. So, as I said, when you're trying to build strength by doing no stirrups work, it's not really the best way to build strength in the saddle, and it's not the best muscles for you to be building either, because it's counterintuitive to your end goal of riding better. The other thing that I was seeing was that people were they were riding long hours in the saddle without stirrups. They thought more is better. And the more no stirrups I do is the better. And I was absolutely guilty of this a couple of years ago too. I took my stirrups off completely, and I would do like my full hour lesson without the stirrups as well. So the problem with that too is more is not always better, because if you're doing it badly and you're squeezing the horse, as I said, it's going to start to make him sore and sour over time. But it's also going to develop these bad habits with you too, where you should be flowing with the horse. Instead, your automatic reaction is going to be to squeeze the horse and use that for your balance. So it's not actually going to improve your riding, as opposed to working with the flow. So no stirrups work absolutely great, but more is not better. It's to do it with the right technique. So to try to counteract these the strength and this more is better principle, I wanted to do No Nonsense November. Absolutely do some no stirrups work in November, but don't make it your entire month. Try to add some other exercises outside the saddle instead, because I am all for gaining strength in the right way. But to me, riding on your horse and doing it no stirrups could do more harm than good. So I wanted to bring you these outside of saddle exercises. They are going to be for anybody. Anybody can do these. I'm going to do one every day for the entire month of November. And if you want to find that, you can find it either on my Instagram at Ride Like an Athlete or on the Facebook group. Just doing the search filter, Ride Like an Athlete, ask to join the group. I usually am checking a couple times a day, so I should approve you pretty quickly. And it'll be posted in both of those places. The next thing is I am actually going to be using one of my favorite pieces of equipment, which is the mini band. So I actually have a whole bunch right here, mini bands. And if you can see, I got them branded with my own logo and everything too. So if you wanted to get your own so that you can do these exercises with me, I'm posting this a little early so that I have time to ship it out to you. You can go to ridelikeanathlete.com, and then you're just going to look up in the top corner. You're going to look for the place that says merchandise. And I'm going to put a link here as well. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's going to be down in the description. If you're looking at it on Facebook, it will be included with the video in the post. And if you're watching on Instagram, it's going to be in my bio. So make sure you click through the link to my bio so that you can get yours. And I do appreciate that you can buy mini bands anywhere. I'm not going to stop you. All these exercises are free for you to enjoy. But I do also appreciate if you would support me by purchasing my bands. Helps me put food on the table and grain in the buckets for my horses too. So without further ado, I hope that you are going to enjoy the No Nonsense November. I hope that you're going to join me, and I'm looking forward to sharing some of these cool exercises with you. Good luck, everyone.